Ah, galling. Opportunity spurned. But the consolation at least of the simplest birdie to move on to 5 under par. Fast forward, here's Davison at the 9th. The Telkom South African Masters champion in 1994, one of his 3 tour successes, setting up birdie. Cheatham, a bit close to that water's edge at 7, but this chip at the par 5, and there's a very welcome birdie coming to briefly lead again. Could Kingston claim another one at the 9th? He knew straight away, that's another putt gone astray. But mustn't detract from a good day. Stone for birdie at 7. Advancing to 9 under par, tying the lead again. Davison to down that birdie. And he was looking fine into the back 9, on course for a prominent finish. Williams looking to close out his front 9 in some style. The ginger cat would be purring at this one, right by the fireside. And yet, he wouldn't hold the putt. Ashley Rurstoff from much, much, much further afield at the 10th. And I bet the length of that putt got even longer back in the clubhouse. Stone here, bringing the front 9 to a conclusion with a par putt to stay at 9 under. Just 9 holes remaining at the SA Senior Masters, with the destination of the title back in the balance at Silver Lakes. Silver Lakes Golf and Nature Estate, host venue for the SA Senior Masters, has delivered a quality tournament. Chris Williams, Neil Cheatham, James Kingston and Kevin Stone all in the reckoning. Bobby Lincoln wouldn't win, but he's always an eye-catching competitor. Here's his approach at 14, complete with glorious spin and a gimme to come. Michael Green was in the last but one group without making much impression, but his approach at 10, that gives a chance when he'd seemed blocked a bit by the trees. Lincoln to languidly tap home, a move to 6 over par. Kingston with an early back 9 opportunity. Birdie putt, well measured and controlled, and a simple par to remain on 5 under, and Kingston very much in the equation with 8 holes to come. Lorison Malangu had finished top 20 behind Mark McNulty at the SA Senior Open. It should be an even better finish here, as this approach at 14 crept towards the hole. Green deserving at 10. Birdie putt. He just knew it. The anguish. Just an inch more, if you please. So he remains at 1 under par for the week. Andre Cruz had manufactured an eagle chance at 14. Agonising 2 for the 51-year-old winner of 9 Sunshine Tour titles. The birdie means level par, but a could have been better feeling. Stone at the 10th to try to further turn the screw on his playing partner Cheatham. And the result is that the man now often referred to as Brandon's dad does have a birdie chance. Kingston with his approach to the 11th hole. There's no doubt things are getting more tense, but we're seeing quality golf shots. The quality on the 14th green is provided by Marlangu. Birdie to reach 2 under par. Cheetham had been put through the mill a bit, but was digging deep, clinging on, and this for birdie at 10. The kind of putt that restores belief. 10 under par. Kingston with a birdie putt of his own at 11. He gets his reward and moves on to 6 under par all told. Stone with the opening he'd garnered to stay level with Cheetham at the top.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nice on you.
Kingston now at 14 with an eagle in sight. He'd make do with the birdie. Stone at 11. Enjoying the heat of battle, head to head on the board. The approach would lead to a par, staying 10 under. Lincoln looking to finish in good fashion. This a birdie putt at 15. Worth taking time over. Chris Williams had rather slipped from grace. Here at 11, this is a par putt. The tap means walking away at 3 under par, and whatever chance he had has gone. Kingston at 15, aiming for back-to-back gains. And once again, his control gives a possibility. Stone at 14, with another birdie made available, though from quite some distance. A putt hit with assurance, and the tournament was now in his grasp after Cheetham had faltered again with a double bogey at 12. Stay controlled, let things happen, get the job done. Par means staying 10 under and in charge. Kingston would need a rousing finish. This helps, a birdie at 15, but a distant 7 under. Marlangu looking to close out in the best possible way. He'd just doubled 17, but this was tidy. A birdie could be on the cards. Stone's approach at the par 4 15th. He'd been notching par after par after par, and this would be another in that catalogue. Kingston at the par 3 16th. 3 adrift, but still on a roll, and sensing he could close that gap on Stone. No doubt with shots like that, exceptional. Last year's winner at the 54th hole. Andre Cruz urging a birdie, but he'd finished the week on 2 over par and tied for 6th position. Chris Williams at 15, having suffered 3 bogeys in 4 holes. At last, some respite with a successful birdie putt. Kingston to give the tee shot what it deserved at 16. That's 3 gains in a row and 8 under, 2 back. Marlangu deserves to clatter this one in to make amends for his slip. Yeah, that's a 71 and tied 6th with Cruz.
One bad hole. Played very nice. Yeah.
Cheetham may have slipped, but he's not out of the reckoning. A birdie at 15, and he's back to 9 under and adding to the drama. Kingston at the par 4 17th, 3rd shot. Not the necessary advance, but still in the vicinity. Stone's out of position at 16. What a wonderful recovery shot. And that is another par to stay at 10 under. Michael Green at 17. A par putt. Excellent choreography. Another who'd finish tied 6th. Cheatham with a par putt at 16, having seen Stone's heroics. That showed some guts to remain one back. Kingston wanting to lay down a marker here at 18. Yes, that would ratchet up the pressure on the others. Stone with a birdie putt at the penultimate hole, albeit with a lot of land to cover.
Beautiful, Kevin. Beautiful putt.
He's showing tremendous quality when the tension's palpable. Staying 10 under with one hole still to play. Chris Davison at 18. It had been a troubled back 9, but a closing round of 74 means level par all told and a fine 4th position, though quite some distance from the man in 3rd. Williams at 17, and it's not been pretty after the birdie we showed. That was a par putt, and hence back-to-back bogeys. Kingston to set a terrific clubhouse lead. He's closed with a 7 under par 65. For 2 days in a row the best scorer, and the mark is 9 under par. Stone playing the last, knowing he has to make a good approach. He can't afford to slip. And another case of grace under pressure. Great outcome, and hence a birdie putt to seal the deal. Not quite the reaction you'd expect from the champion, but that would be an 8th par in a row in the cauldron. A round of 68 and 10 under par, critically 1 better than Kingston. And 3 better than Neil Cheatham, who suffered the ignominy of a double bogey to close, a harsh ending for a player who'd ignited this tournament on day 1. It was rough for Williams too, with another bogey to end, and he slipped to 5th place. That last group saw one of the trio thrive, and it's Kevin Stone proving rock solid and the winner of the South African Senior Masters at Silver Lakes Country Estate.
I'm very excited. I was actually very nervous today playing with Chris and with Cheats. You know, we started 5 behind against Cheats, and unfortunately he got off to a pretty lousy start. And I managed to make a few birdies. I made 3 birdies the first 9, and he was really struggling. So I felt if I could just keep it together and play nicely. So I just tried to hit every fairway and hit every green. I missed 1 green for the day. I think I missed 2 fairways or 3 fairways. So it was good. I played really nicely. A few lousy shots in the middle when I started getting a bit nervous. James was shooting lights out as he can. I think he shot 7 under par today. So when you know that you can play but you mustn't make mistakes, it's quite a challenge. But I managed to hang in there and got the solve away.
10 times a winner in his Sunshine Tour days, a biggest success since turning the golden age of 50. Kevin Stone, SA Senior Masters champion for 2017.